This entire week we've been kind of kicking a lot of different groups when they're already down, but it's CNN, so we got to just put another little shovelful of dirt on their grave, shall we? CNN's Chris Cuomo used media sources to dig into Andrew Cuomo's accusers. That's something that his own private investigation firm should have been doing. So again, if he's using company resources to be doing the dirty work for his brother, who he basically had a recurring role on his show for, in order to prop up his own image, yeah, maybe that is a little bit of a conflict of interest, something that he was low to admit to. So yeah, no, I could see where this is going. Chris Cuomo, host of CNN's Cuomo Primetime, used his media sources to dig up info on his brother, former Governor Andrew Cuomo's sexual harassment accusers, according to texts and interview transcripts recently revealed. And what has come out from any of those investigations, at least by the state, fucking sweet zip, including the nursing home deaths that he directly caused, and they're likely to never result in any charges, even though he is like a documented murderer, notably covered up those tallies anyways, but whatever. Text messages released by New York Attorney General Lolita James shows Chris Cuomo had frequent contact with Melissa DeRosa, Andrew Cuomo's top aide at the time. Was that the one who they were flying away romantically on the helicopter after he stepped down as governor of New York, and then, I don't know, allowed the ascent to the self-appointed messiah of the coof, Kathy Hochul? You get what you deserve, New York. Sucks to suck. In early March, New York Times reported that former governor tried kissing a woman. Oh my god, he tried kissing a woman? What a bigot. Anne Rauch, without her consent. 3 days after this report, Cuomo texted DeRosa, "I have a lead on the wedding girl." Oh my god. Other messages indicated Chris Cuomo's willingness to help his brother's response and preparation on sexual harassment allegations. "Please let me help with the prep." Oh no, I didn't know he was HIV positive. Maybe he was trying to pick up a prescription for him. PrEP is an HIV medication, by the way, if you're out of the loop, as you probably should be. In another text, Cuomo, this Chris Cuomo, Fredo to his friends and family, sent DeRosa a full written statement for the governor to use publicly. Yeah, we were over that before. "I will not resign. I cannot resign. You know why? We got these charts. You want to look at them? Quick story. I understand the political pressure. I understand the stakes of political warfare. And that's what this is. And I understand the conformity that can be forced by cancel culture." Quick story about cancel culture. DeRosa texted Cuomo, "Rumors going around from Politico, 1 to 2 more people coming out tomorrow. Can you check your sources?" Cuomo replied with, "On it," then followed up with, "No one has heard that yet." Oh no, Politico is wrong about something? Well, was grass also green outside? Oh no, there's a lot of snow here. Oh, there's a little bit of grass peeking out because it's been inconsistent, thankfully. Cuomo and DeRosa also discussed investigative story from New Yorker report Ronan Farrow 4 days before it was published on March 18th. If Ronan has nothing better than Boylan, that's a great sign. Oh, so he would have known more about the different quote-unquote accusers that would have came forward. Texted DeRosa on March 14th. Lindsey Boylan was a former aide to the governor who alleged that Cuomo said to her, "Let's play strip poker." What an evil man, by making a joke, presumably. But again, we don't have any sort of context. We don't have any real idea how, when, why this was said. If it was just said out of the blue at like a big board meeting or some serious situation, like addressing the state house, that would be a little bit inappropriate. But if people were making jokes, I don't have a real problem with that, because it's kind of outdated, but whatever. Amid these text messages, CNN's parent company, Warner Media, denied the former governor's used his brother's prepared remarks. We could just go back and check the transcripts as to what Cuomo was saying at the time. Andrew, that is. Chris, I don't really care, and nobody really knows what he says, because that would imply people watched his CNN show. The claims that Chris had dictated his brother's statements are false. We got the transcripts though. So, oh my God, CNN's a liar. Warner Media spokesperson told Business Insider. However, CNN said that they would be doing a thorough review and consideration of the recently revealed documents. I'm sure they'll get to the bottom of that one super quickly. CNN spokesperson Matt Dornick said the thousands of pages of additional transcripts and exhibits that were released today by New York Attorney General deserve a thorough review and consideration. We have been having conversations and seeking additional clarity about their significance as they relate to CNN over the next several days. The most trusted name in news, remember? Former Governor Cuomo resigned from office in August. Wow, I thought it was earlier than that. Whatever. After Attorney General Lolita James said that, a few ladies felt very discomforted by some statements that you made. Never really alleging anything, never pressing charges against Cuomo, but then him saying that I will not bow to pressure and my cancel culture and all that fun shit. Then just a few days after that was like, yeah, actually, you know what? I think I am going to go ahead and bow out, because if I don't do that, and then they start looking into the different nursing home deaths that would have happened, a bunch of other governors would have gone down as well. So I was told by my overlords at the DNC that I could just go ahead and bounce out into anonymity and I'd be receiving steady payments. Oh no, they didn't say any of that. That's just heavily implied, maybe by people who are just in the know. But whatever. What did they actually have to say? Rich Azzopardi, Andrew Cuomo spokesperson. He's no longer New York governor. Hasn't been for a while, at least since August, anyways. James violated the law in appointing biased reviewers, and then she admitted personally interfering in the investigation. So again, it was an unnecessary investigation into unprovable and unproven remarks, meanwhile just completely ignoring something that should be looked at. And then it was done in an unethical way by somebody who decided that they were going to be running. I think Lolita James is running for governor of New York in the next cycle. At least try to primary Hochul. It's an entire fucking situation. So she was trying to use the profile that she got by going after Cuomo on Me Too basis in order to raise her own profile. It's a fucking just cross-section of New York politics in one fell swoop. Today's manipulated release of handpicked witness testimonies with selective redactions is typical. It is also no coincidence that she decided to release select transcripts minutes before one of her rivals declared for governor. Azzopardi continued, New Yorkers are no one's fool, and James and her colleagues' obvious misuse of government resources to damage political opponents is as obvious and repugnant as it is unethical and illegal. Yeah, again, it's one of those things. I think that all of these people suck, okay? Most people that are in New York politics, they terribly suck. They're some really awful people, okay? That goes for the Democrats that overwhelmingly control the state. The Democrats that are elected from the state to the federal level, most of them suck, okay? An overwhelming amount of them, especially if they're elected within the city itself, that just can't help descending into madness. And then I also harbor no love for any of the state level Republicans that just pose no threat to the Democratic rule and then just basically capitulate to any demands that are out there because they're ineffectual losers. And if they would just mount any sort of resistance against the Democrats, maybe New York would have a chance about a prosperous future. But they're just trying to stave off the effects of bankruptcy, which is definitely looming thanks to the fact that they pushed out all of the rich and the tax-paying portion of the state over the past couple of years. But you reap what you sow. And then all of that also extends out to Hochul, who we've talked about a lot, and she's just fucking nuts. And then you got Lolita James in the Southern District of New York when it comes to the court system. That's totally fucked anyways, for a multitude of reasons that we need not get into. And then Cuomo himself, who personality-wise, based on the comments that have come out of there, he seems like a total fucking pisser to hang out with. Did he do some grabbing? Did he do some groping? I don't know. Can you prove any of it? Again, he does seem like a total creep, and he does kind of fly off the handle a little bit, but we all kind of know those type of people anyways. But did he also kill grandma and a whole bunch of people that were in fucking nursing homes? You goddamn better believe it. Did he also work extremely hard to cover it up? Not extremely hard. He just had a couple of people fudge the fucking numbers. They should have went after him for that, and that would have been a much bigger, much more tangential, something that you could actually grab onto. That would have been a compelling story to tell. But no, man, me too. That'll trend on Twitter, and we can go ahead and raise your profile so you guys can run for governor off the backs of that. Fuck New York and fuck all of these stories, and fuck CNN, because they're lying about trying to help the governor who is going down for really bogus claims to begin with, but then lying about the fact that they were lying about helping him. We actually got a development on this story, so I'm cutting this a couple of days after I recorded this, or a day after. I don't fucking remember. Days just all run together. But yeah, Chris Cuomo got placed on suspension. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Chris Cuomo said Wednesday that his suspension from CNN was embarrassing. No, it's just embarrassing that you're still employed and, proud of being employed at CNN. That sucks. I've been suspended from CNN. You already know. Oh, you know this already. No, nobody does. Again, nobody watches your show, so how the fuck would they even know if you're on or off the air? Cuomo told his listeners to a radio show he hosts on Sirius XM. So, okay, what? He's going to have more time to host his show on radio at Sirius XM, which he also was on. Oh, God, was that earlier this year or was that last year when he said that he was embarrassed to even host the show on CNN, but then he had to backtrack because he remembered that, oops, I said that out loud and people actually listen to my radio show. It hurts to even say it. It's embarrassing. Cuomo said he understood why he was suspended and why his colleagues were upset with him. Why? Because he said the quiet part out loud. It's the last thing I ever wanted to do was to compromise any of my colleagues, he said. Cuomo, among CNN's top news anchors, which again isn't really much of an accomplishment in today's day and age. There's like Anderson Cooper, what's his name, 1950s senator, Jake Tapper, and then everybody else. Literally is just a triage of absolute tabloid journalism at this point. And I'm not really elevating Cooper and Tapper up to any fucking considerable level. They still sit around a round table with a noted jerk-off artist, Jeffrey Toobin. So it's like name recognition level. It's like Chris Cuomo, you're only famous because your brother and your father. So let's be fair. It's also the reason why he got suspended. Sucks to suck. Cuomo, among CNN's top news anchors, was suspended indefinitely on Tuesday. The move comes after documents surfaced showing that he was more involved than he admitted to the company, in trying to help his brother. Then New York Governor Andrew Cuomo made sexual harassment and assault allegations against a Democrat official. Details were released on the 29th, and that's when we talked about it. A Democrat who had ordered a probe into the allegations against Andrew Cuomo. Documents comprised texts and other messages showing how Cuomo tapped his own sources in the media, and we already went through all of this stuff. Need not tread over it once again. CNN said on Tuesday the reason for Chris Cuomo's suspension was because the documents released by James' office raised serious questions. Wow, you guys couldn't possibly have foreseen something like this happening before? Do you even watch your own fucking product? Oh, based on the ratings, you probably don't. In pointing to a greater involvement in his brother's effort than the network previously knew or wanted to know. Obviously, they probably asked Chris for a fucking update on how you're helping out your brother, and then they put their fingers in their ears and went, la, 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 la. Okay, are you done? Cool, get the fuck out. Now they just told them, probably, just lie low for the time being. Take an extended holiday break. We'll see you in the new year, kid. Andrew Cuomo stepped down as governor in August, and they'll probably come back, and they'll have the Cuomos that lead into or lead out of Don Lemon. I don't know. He'd probably prefer if he leaded out of them. But yeah, now we'll actually finish this. So, editor, me, go ahead and put the intro or put the outro after this. Okay, thanks. Bye. Fuck everybody involved in this story. I hate all of them. But enjoy the rest of your Sunday, guys, because we don't have that many more left in 2021. Isn't that kind of weird? But we're still going to have many more to come in the future, even though it's going to get a lot more annoying in the near future. But let's not think of that now. Just enjoy the time that you have with the people that you love. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.